So, guys, you remember when Cyril Ramaphosa signed the expropriation bill into law? The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, came on social media and he actually released a statement. And on that statement, I am just paraphrasing right now. The President of the US, Donald Trump, said that bad things are happening in South Africa and the land of the Afrikaners is being confiscated in South Africa, and the US is not going to allow that to happen. And after that statement of Donald Trump, a lot of things were said in this country. The ANC attacked Donald Trump. The EFF and other political parties on the left and the organizations on the left, they attacked Donald Trump. The president of this country, during the State of the Nation address, basically told Donald Trump that we are not going to be bullied by you. So a lot of things were said. No, Donald Trump is just spreading misinformation. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are trying to punish South Africa out of misinformation. These are the things that were said by the political parties on the left and the organizations on the left. And not so long after that, Donald Trump released another statement on social media saying that the white people and the Afrikaners that have been treated terribly by the racist ANC government are welcome in the United States of America and they will be given a refugee status. And after that statement of Donald Trump, we learned from the news that in 24 hours, over 10,000 people actually made requirements. 10,000 people actually said that, okay, what is it exactly do we need to do to move to the United States of America? So this actually brings us to the conversation of the video for today. Because after Donald Trump said that you guys are welcome to the United States of America, the political parties on the left, they have been using that against white people. Right now, there is no tangible argument that the people on the left can have with white people besides saying that if you are not happy in this country, you can leave. If you are not happy about how things are done in this country, you can leave. I mean, this is even the rhetoric that comes from the ANC. So the debate that has been had is, can South Africa actually survive without white people? This is a debate that is now starting to take place in this country, because you have the people that are saying white people can leave this country. We don't give a damn about white people in this country. And at the same time, you have the people that are saying, no, guys, you cannot get rid of white people, because if you look at the history of the countries that have actually gotten rid of white people, these are failed states. So right now, as we speak, the debate that is starting to take shape in this country is, can South Africa survive without white people?
Was prepared for him because he wasn't an idiot. And we now live in a time where the argument is coming up again to say, yeah, the whites must go, fuck it, we'll sort it out. No, I'm not. I'm in Benjamin. I'm not prepared to take that gamble. I'm also not prepared to give the custodianship of this land that will be redistributed in Tolistan Sam. I don't want the fucking clowns that have been running the place since 94 handling that. They fucked everything up. Yeah. They fucked up SAA, they fucked up ISCO, they fucked up Denel, they fucked up ESCOM, they fucked up the ports, they fucked up Transnet, they fucked up everything. Literally. And we are saying we must give this very important transformative project that we've been waiting for, land justice. We must give it to them. I'd have to be a fucking stupid puss.
Exactly. Like, I remember this is the same thing that I said when the ANC and other political parties started to attack Donald Trump in the United States of America. Because it seems like this back and forth between the ANC and the Trump administration has actually garnered a bit of support for the African National Congress. Right now, you have the people that have been messed up by the ANC. You have the people that their lives have been turned upside down by the ANC. But now that the ANC is having a back and forth with the Trump administration. Now, suddenly, these people are singing the praises of the ANC. And to me, it actually makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense. Because how can these people actually forget that the same ANC that they are praising today is the same ANC that has landed the country where it is today? The same ANC that they are praising is the same ANC that has led the country where it is today. And the ANC comrades are smart to see that, okay, if we have a back and forth with the Trump administration, chances are in 2026 or in 2029, we might actually have more people voting for us, because these people will be voting for us simply because they don't like what Donald Trump is saying. They don't like the position that the United States is actually taking against South Africa. So right now you have the people that their lives have been destroyed by the ANC, and the same people are supporting the ANC simply because the ANC is going against the Trump administration. It makes no sense. But unfortunately, this is where we are today. This is where we are today. That's why you can see Waras here. He says that, man, how can you expect me to trust these people with the land? The same people that have destroyed every SOE. How can we trust these people with land? How can you trust the ANC with the land when the ANC have destroyed everything they put their hands on? How can you do that?
To agree to that. And if you want them to run it, you also a stupid puss. You're not going to get anything from these clowns. They've ruined everything. Show me the board of Musk, Big Balls, and the other IT geniuses that he's got running Doge. Put that team together for me and say, these are the pras that are going to run the land. And if it doesn't include Afrikaners, I'm out. They have been running the land for 300 years. Where they have to be involved. If you outvolve them, you're doing yourself a disservice. And Moletsi Mbeki has a lecture on this, I think that he did there for the Stellenbosch Mafia or whoever was in attendance. But he speaks about the fact that you cannot just take people who have skills built over 300 years and say, fuck you guys, you out, we are in now. And I can speak like this because from my,
So, but if you listen to the rhetoric that is coming out of the people, I'm going to play you a bit more of this conversation. If you listen to the rhetoric that is coming out, this is basically what people are saying. They are saying that they don't care about the farmers. And I don't want to lie, this is the most craziest thing that I've actually heard. The people saying that they don't care about the farmers. The farmers in this country can live because they can farm by themselves. But again, if you go on the profiles of these people on social media that are saying all of these things, these are the people that are not producing anything. But for some reason, their rhetoric is popular because they are saying popular things. But if you look at them, these are people that are not producing anything. And if you look at the farmers are the people that are doing the work that majority of us are not even willing to do. The farmers are taking the risk that many people are not willing to take. But today you have the people in this country that are saying that we don't give a damn about the farmers. We don't give a damn about the farmers and we can farm for ourselves. It's like these people do not see what is happening in Zimbabwe. The same people. This is what the Zimbabweans said. This is exactly what the Zimbabweans said. But today, as we speak, the Zimbabwean government is busy begging the same white farmers to come back, and they are even compensating these people to say that, guys, can you please come and work the land, because we now understand the role that you actually played. We know that back in the days with Mugabe, Mnangagwa, and all of these people, we wanted to be popular. We wanted to seem as revolutionary, but we didn't understand the implications of our actions. And right now, we are begging you guys to come back. This is the reason why you see the Zimbabwean government is compensating the white farmers. But in this country, it seems like South Africans are actually hell-bent on making the same mistake that the Zimbabweans made. So right now, in this country, if you say that this country needs the farmers, I don't care if it's black farmers, Indian farmers, African farmers, or white farmers. I don't care. As long as these people are the farmers, we need all the farmers that we have in this country. But if you say that, the people are saying, no, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. You cannot say that. But right now, they are saying that they don't give a damn about the same farmers that are doing the work that majority of us are not even willing to make.
Debs, I want you to touch on two things, man. The first one being, fuck, what were the two things?
Debs, me nali plus makelwana gasizwe dlomo. Me.
What else is alluding to an idea? And I know he's saying it's not race, but I do think it's race because he used Idi Amin as a reference. He used Robert Mugabe as a reference. And these are the threats.
Bad policy.
These are the threats that white people keep making. That if you guys chase us away, it's gonna fuck out. Are we now beholden to them because we need them? Number one, which means they can't leave. And the other question was going to be, do you believe that black people cannot build on their own in the modern world? In the old world, we had no choice. Of course, there was no one here. Are you also of the same belief?
Currently, right now, black people, we are not showing capabilities that we can build on our own as a unit. We've got individuals that are doing it. I mean, Dangote is there, the richest black person on earth. He's
brilliant.
There. We've got a lot of examples, man, you know. But I think collective, we've got an issue of a collective. I think that's where our issue is as black people.
And that collective up until now is only useful when you say, Ambanyo she's.
Exactly. The collective has got a very violent aspect to it, you know. It's what, I think one of our guests, we spoke about that, you know, the Zulu nation needs to go through a cleansing because their identity is still based on violence. And I think that black people generally, our collectiveness is based on Mshayeni, Hambanyo Shiza.
So he's basically saying that the collective of black people is only useful when it has to do with violence and burning things around. When it comes to violence and burning things, this is where you will actually see the unity of black people. But when it comes to other things, it's cricket.
Who do this? But it hasn't been that, no, how do we then build a township economy together? We're still not reformed in that manner. So
without me trying to fuck over Penwell in the deal.
Directly, I don't think right now, collectively, black people can come together.
White people are right to threaten us that we're going to turn into Zimbabwe.
No, they're not. But we didn't get to that part. Remember,
that was my first part. Do you think if you use Idi Amin and Mugabe as references, they are well within their rights? Because you guys who are not white are saying the same thing, that we don't want them to leave because the country will collapse.
No, but white people are saying it. When I'm using Idi Amin and Mugabe as references, right? I'm using references where this has been tried and it failed. And I welcome you to use a reference where it's been tried and it succeeded. You can go from here to Egypt. It has never worked anyway.
So white people are right?
No, white people are backed by evidence. You can't argue with it. It doesn't mean they are right because we haven't tried it.
They're wrong.
How can somebody be right about something that hasn't happened?
And it's because of the reference.
No, but the reference is merely evidence for your argument.
But that's what you're arguing. You're saying they can't leave because we need their skills.
I'm saying they can't. Yes, I'm saying they can't leave because we need their skills. Because their skills are within them. So if we throw them away, we're throwing the skills away.
And we'll collapse.
We will collapse.
So they're right in saying that.
They are right in saying that based on the evidence. But I can't tell the future. So I can't with confidence say it will definitely collapse.
Of course.
But there's like a 99% chance that it will
now
collapse.
Now it gives that you agree.
Now it gives that you agree. And guys, what do you say about this, man? What do you say? What are your thoughts? Do you think that if the left finally get their wish to get rid of white people in this country, do you think that South Africa can succeed? You look at the type of the politicians that we have today. You look at what the black government has, quote unquote, delivered in the past 30 years. Do you think that without white people, this country can actually survive? Because whereas he's saying that if you look at the countries that have gotten rid of white people, all of these countries have actually collapsed. And he is daring the people that are saying that South Africa can succeed to actually find one country that has gotten rid of white people and still succeeded. So do you believe what Waras is saying, or do you disagree with what Waras is saying? And can you please justify your answer in the comment sections? I know this is going to be one of those upsetting videos for some people, but unfortunately these are kind of conversations that the country is having right now.
Nothing is guaranteed. Upenwa wants me to tell the future.
No, it's not the future. The reason I ask is because there's a lot of black people who are like, no, go, we'll sort it out.
They're
And
lying.
Yes, they're lying,
relax,
bro.
Relax.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying, we don't hear black people saying what you guys are saying. We might hear black people saying nice things like, no, we must all live here together. They don't say things like a white person saying, hey, these guys can't leave because the country will fuck out. No one has said that. No politician or anyone has said, guys, we don't want them to leave, they are brothers, whatever, but we also don't want them to leave because the country will collapse. No one has said that as Utaki. And you guys are saying
No,
that.
bakona Bashir.
No, but there are a lot of people that have actually said that. A lot of people have actually said that. I mean, again, even if you look at the companies that are hiring majority of the people, most of these companies that are hiring majority of the people, these are companies that are run by white people. And we have an incompetent government. And if all of these companies decides to pull out, do you think that the politicians that we have today have what it takes to actually replace these companies? I think this is where the question is. Do you think that the politicians that we have in this country, they actually have what it takes to supplement if these white companies were to leave and hundreds or if not millions of people losing their jobs? So do you think that we have what it takes to actually supply with what these white companies have actually been doing? Because again, if you speak with the people in the townships and if you have this kind of a conversation with the people in the townships, the first thing that they are going to tell you is that we cannot afford the white companies to leave this country because most of these companies that are hiring our people are the white companies. This is what the people will tell you. The people will not go into they will not go into the politics of the matters. They will not go into, no, they will just tell you that, guys, we cannot afford the white people to leave. This is what the people, even the townships, they will say. It's unfortunately that most of these people cannot be on these platforms and actually say these things on these platforms where majority of the people can actually hear what they are saying. But if you have the conversation with them, this is what they will say. Me personally, I know that I've had this kind of conversation with a lot of my friends. A lot of times we've had this conversation with my friends. A lot of times some of my friends are the people on the left, like they believe in Julius Malema, they believe in the black unity, they believe in Robert Sobukwe. And some of my friends are the people are on the right. They say, no, guys, we believe in the free markets, we believe in those. So these are the type of conversations that we've had a lot of times with my friends. But they are having these conversations just to correct opinion.
No, but not a lot of it. It's like, when you make this statement, they're Cyril, né? Like what the statement
to President
Cyril Ramaphosa, please, sir.
Oh, now we are Kronipa.
President Ramamin.
Tony.
Rama what?
President Ramaphosa.
Nebo.
When you make that statement, né? And Waras is right, in fact, obviously they're playing on the masses. But you must understand as a politician, when I make this statement, what does it actually mean? I'm part of BRICS. There's a radical guy that's in the USA that's saying, make America great again. And I make this statement. And there's AfriForum. It's almost like, what, do you not have advisors when you make such ridiculous statements? Are you not thinking?
You're playing right into their hands.
What are the ridiculous statements?
No, I'm saying he couldn't back up the whole the land reform thing.
Expropriation.
They're irresponsible statements. Because it's like
Which irresponsible statements?
It's irresponsible because if you try to frame an entire 256-page bill into a tweet, it's unlikely that you're going to get across the full message of the bill. So when you say, I'm signing the land expropriation without compensation bill into law, everything can be read on the government website. People respond to the headline. That's how News 24 built its business. They say something, the article is rubbish, but whatever it is that they say gets clicks.
Because it was about land, they should have approached it.
So now I'm saying, can we run the presidency as a tabloid? We cannot. We need to be responsible in the way we run the presidency. That shit has been trending for 2 weeks from here to America to Australia. It was irresponsible.
It is. Because after that tweet, after you make that statement and the tweets and whatnot, you must have a flip. You must go to all podcasts in the whole country and explain this thing.
Who must go to podcast?
The president.
He'll never do that.
Exactly. He hasn't even been to one.
That's the problem.
And again, like, why is the president of this country anti-media? It's almost as if Cyril Ramaphosa is anti-media. He's anti-media. He hardly speaks with the media. He hardly does the podcast. I mean, if you look at the president, the people like Donald Trump, these are the people that are not scared to go out in the media and actually have a conversation in the media, because I believe that if you are the president of the country and you're going to go out in public, it's as good as you actually speaking with the public. But the president does not do media interviews that much. The last time that he actually did an interview, it was when, before the ANC did a rally, I think, that interview with SABC. I think that was the last time I saw President Ramaphosa actually doing an interview. And if you look at his presidency, if you look at the things that have happened since he has been the president of the country, most of the things that have actually happened, they actually required him to go out in the media and make things clear. Just like this guy on this video actually says that the president should have actually went out or maybe sent people out to try to explain whatever that is happening. But no, he just sent out a tweet and he expects everybody to understand.
But he can send people.
The fact that no one has come out to actually break, we needed to hear from lawyers to break down this thing, what it actually means. But you know that in South Africa, the two things that are an issue, race and land. You know that when you say the race thing, it's going to have a huge effect.
Yeah.
Do you think Ramaphosa and his team are currently being arrogant by not treating this with it's like, no, we're not going to be told by AfriForum. And he said things like, we will not be bullied.
I don't think that
the bully becomes explain yourself. And it's like, hey, this is normally how we announce acts. This is not an act I decided on my own. This went through Parliament. It went through all the... I didn't just wake up and snap my fingers, because otherwise Parliament can shut down tomorrow. I'll be taken to court.
But
and like, you're not
nobody
tell
reading
me.
Nobody reading it followed that whole process. Therefore, it's irresponsible to make the statement like the way they did. They even came out and tried to cover up to say, no, guys.
This is what it means.
This is what it means. But that didn't work. And my thing is, when you say, are they being arrogant? I don't think that they are in a position to be arrogant. You see, you can be arrogant to a fault, but you're not playing with your house in Bantry Bay, your house in Sandhurst, your billionaire status as an individual. You are playing with the lives of 60 million people who are not so fortunate. It's like I live on the top floor of, arguably, not to flex, but a very expensive apartment building adjoining the Marriott Bonvoy. You understand?
Yes.
From my vantage point, I have 2 DM4 rifles and I have about 200 rounds of ammunition. I've got handguns. I can even get hand grenades. If the shit hits the fan and the swart khavar comes, like the Afrikaners say, I can stand on my balcony and I can be fine for at least 3 days. You understand what I'm saying? And I can rack up bodies.
Sure.
If it's a war. But you don't have those guns.
Sure.
So when I'm out here and you're trying to explain, no, guys, I'm with you, they're just going to fuck your shit up anyway. They're going to say, Fusekwena, Penwell, you had Waras on your podcast, now we are burning your house. Because at the point at which the mob comes, the mob is not coming with the 260-page policy document. They're coming with the tweet that says, this is ours now. Fuck off.
The reason why I asked, sorry, Debs, I hit your thing.
No,
and I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just to qualify, I'm speaking to what Penwell was saying, in that there is an entire bill that went through Parliament that ended in the tweet announcing it. And I'm saying the way that people receive that information and what whites fear, in inverted commas, is the scenario I just played out. Yeah. You see, so we're not all going to be protected the same. And I think it's irresponsible of him, because he is lucky enough where him and pretty much everyone in government, they're multi-millionaires, these people. They can leave tomorrow on a chartered flight with their families, and we'll be stuck here fighting a war we actually don't even know what it's about. Sizwe Dlomo's farm. How can we be in a fight for Sizwe most form?
And he's making a very valid point that some of these politicians, they are being reckless about some of the things that they are saying or some of the things that they are advocating for. And the reason for that is because they are multimillionaires. That's why it is irresponsible for the people to listen to the politicians, because the politicians are not on the same boat with them. And this seems like something that a lot of people cannot understand. The politicians are not on the same boat with them. So right now, I have Advocate Aikumalo, and Advocate Aikumalo is going to speak on the purpose of the video today. Can actually South Africa survive without white people? And I know that Advocate Aikumalo is someone who tends to upset, especially the people on the left. They hate him so much, but he doesn't care. He will say whatever that is on his mind. Let's listen to Advocate Aikumalo actually making a case whether South Africa can survive or not without white people.
But I don't want to lie to you. Today, if white people left South Africa will collapse. Just like all African states have collapsed when white people left. But Kenya, but Mozambique. You can bring your Pharaoh Imhotep, the one who was a multi-genius, who built the step pyramids and the pyramids of Giza. You can bring, Pharaoh Ignatine, the father of, the three gods put together. What do you call it? Yeah, that one, Trinity. You can bring all the achievements of Munsa Munsa. And you know what is funny? Check the distance between Munsa Munsa and us, and check what you've built within that space. Between the Sphinx and now, nothing. Shaka Zulu was still wearing animal skins, living in grass houses. And Banye Bazoti, because we are still squatting, we're running away from the Middle Easterners. No, we've been here for thousands of years, long before Muhammad, even after Muhammad, for thousands of years, or hundreds of years rather, built nothing of substance. I do acknowledge, the Ethiopians, but with us here, Bantus, I don't see any relationship. I don't see any institutional memory. The memory bank is nowhere to be found. Tell me anything of substance that was built during Sikukuni, Mushweshwe, other than climbing the mountain, Chagazulu. You tell me about the spear, Noguti, there was rules change under him. Man, come on, circling people like a cow's horn. Is that the best that you could have come up with in the 1800s? Shaka should be riding on a steam train in the 1820s. If you check where Europe was at that time, Ngungunyane should have been driving the steam train, Baba. Combustion engine. At that time, check the distance between Imhotep and us. Check what Europe was doing. Dingan should be using the gunpowder at that time if we're so advanced. Tina, we had a backward because in one class you can find the dunderhead and the smartest. I'm sure us in the black family, if we count that civilization, we are the slowest ones, because there is no way that there is no tar road under Mampuru. There is no building 6 floors by that time. Check where was Europe. You can cry and say, hey, I love white people. There, Baba. Check these guys. For Nigeria, they've been mocking us, saying, your economy is run by white people. In Nigeria, we expelled white people. Look at them now. No multinational that they own today, calling Nigerian, Mozambique, everything that they own, British, France. And they're running, chasing the very same white people here, if not killing them again, like the Zimbabweans.
And I find it very strange that if you look at countries like Nigeria, these people will actually mock South Africans to say that, the economy of South Africa belongs to white people. But the same people are in South Africa working for the same white people. Just like with Zimbabweans, Mugabe used to say a lot of nasty things about Nelson Mandela. They used to call Nelson Mandela a sellout. This was the rhetoric back then. But right now, if you look at Zimbabweans, we have millions and millions of Zimbabweans that are living in a country that was presided over by a sellout. So if these people believe so much in themselves, why are they in South Africa? This is one thing that I don't understand. If they believed in themselves so much, why are they in South Africa? Because the Nigerians are mocking us, but at the same time, they are the ones that are working for these slave wages in this country. They are the ones that are filled in the restaurants that are owned by white people in this country. The same thing with Zimbabweans.
Who's about the Zimbabwean education is the best? That's nonsense. That's propaganda. Education is measured by results on the ground. What have they built since Ian Smith? Since Ian Smith, nothing, Baba. Nothing. They hate us, these guys. Even when we played soccer with them, you can see the hatred. They've been giving us shit treatment. And I can tell you, for nothing. If South Africans left this country, like one guy said, if we all died, South Africans, Amakrikamba, foreigners will celebrate, including the one who is here legally, the one that you're married to, the one who's got your child. They will celebrate because they want to replace us. They are jealous because we did not destroy our country during the wars of liberation, like them, the Mau Mau. They hate us.
I think she's gonna use it. I think she's gonna die.
Wait, I don't want to lie to you.
So these are the arguments that were made by Waras and Advocate Aikumalo. Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with them or do you disagree with them? Do you agree with what they are saying or you disagree with what they are saying? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.